Приветствую вас в игре под названием Twin Mirror. Она создана разработчиками Life is Strange, имеет нелинейный сюжет, по сути интерактивное кино. Посмотрим же, что собой представляет сие творение.
The skies are finally clearing up after a light rainfall most of the afternoon. The weather's approaching 49 degrees, so we've got a brisk West Virginia evening ahead of us. Wrap up tight and settle in, folks. This is 104.3 WVCK, the Baswuд Sound. I'm your host, Carrie Hammond. Coming up after a short break, mental health expert Dr. Wick will discuss the recent opioid epidemic that's been affecting...
Change my clothes and wash my hands. Does the well go down that low? Let me breathe and I'll let you go. I knelt down in desperation. I felt around for something real. There's a radio station. I'm playing wrong in my ear. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive.
Time to kill before the funeral. Might as well spend it here. This place was always one for decisions. Somewhere for things to fall apart. Welcome back to Baswuд, Sam.
Графика на максимуме.
I came up here every chance I could. One of the all-time great views. Really makes a small town look big. My hometown. It felt more imposing in my nightmares. I remember spending entire summers on the banks fishing with Nick. I remember spending entire summers on the banks fishing with Nick.
Так, а сюда?
I'm not sure Nick would even want me at his funeral, given how I left things.
Можете поставить на паузу и прочесть.
You'd think the massive cliff face would be a giveaway.
Я пока привыкаю к управлению, потому что А это что? Потому что, хоть я и играл в Life is Strange, обе части... А, нет, в одну часть
I
я
left a
играл еще
sandwich
в
in it for a
одну.
whole week once. Dad never let me forget it.
Играл в еще какую-то игру от них, от разрабов, как она там называлась,
A
Detroit.
lot of people were upset when it closed, but not upset enough to fix it.
Become Human. Хотя Detroit я не помню, от этих или нет. Разрабов.
These trails were great to walk if you wanted to feel truly alone.
Но в каждой игре у них какое-то свое управление, или, по крайней мере, это было слишком давно, чтобы я помнил.
Hunting is another tradition I could never get behind. Just don't see the appeal. There seems to be something here. Lovers scarring a tree to write down their initials. Always seems twisted to me. I get the feeling it still sees some use, given how bad the coverage is up here. I used to love looking at Baswood from up here. Helped give me perspective. Until that day. Why can't the real world be as clear and peaceful as my own mind? Even if it does mean nothing stays hidden in here. Not even me.
Да, у меня в голове примерно то же самое.
I've been meaning to ask you something. Don't freak out. Would you be my little girl's godfather? I wouldn't trust anyone else with this.
And yet I stopped taking his calls. He even called once the day before he died. I'll never know what he wanted to talk to me about.
Как-то тут надо подойти, оно сразу не зажимается. Я зажимаю, но оно не сразу.
This is Anna. She works freelance. Does a lot of the human interest pieces.
What can I say? I'm interested in humans and their pieces. What do you like to write?
I gotta run to a review with Walt. You two feel free to chit-chat. And Sam, be nice.
I had never met someone so interested in others. Even in me.
Камера вообще не вращается, только когда он... То есть на мышку не вращается.
The story is important. You know I think that. It's just... People around here have short tempers and long memories. Be careful. Sam, are you even listening to me?
Это называется
I
злопамятное.
heard you, Anna. But no, I wasn't listening. Come on, Anna, look at this.
What is it? Someone skinny dipping?
Anna, you really need to see this.
I can't even see. Something's blocking it. Sam, what are you doing?
I'm trying to be romantic.
What? Wait. Please don't tell me you're proposing.
I'm down on one knee, a ring. What else would I be doing? You look like I just ran over your grandma. Okay, the silence is really starting to scare me now. Anna, please say something.
Sam, put that away. Come on. I don't want a ring. I don't need a ring. You should know that. We've discussed it before.
Shift плюс F3 надо запомнить.
We weren't happy. She was the one brave enough to face that. Lost in my head again. How much time did I miss?
Это дневник Най. А, нет, это расследование. Так это их имя там на дереве вырезано. Это его друг, который умер. Тут памятных вещей нету. Важных решений еще не принято. И статистику друзей можно посмотреть. Хнык-хнык, кап-кап. У меня нету друзей. Да нет, есть, конечно, просто не в сети. Я играю ночью. Час ночи по Москве.
I missed the funeral. Maybe it's for the best. On the bright side, Nick's not alive for me to let him down again.
Конечно, к лучшему. Негативных эмоций избежал. Тело лишь тлен, прах.
Sorry, Walter, but I don't think I'll stick around. Given up already? Just a quick, depressing jaunt down memory lane and then you're gone? I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. Lots of hurt. And you might be right. But it's been 2 years. It's time to face the world. Time to adult. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
Ник не обидится, я почти на месте. Но я не знаю, Ник не обидится. Побудем циником. А с кем мы? Уолтер? Кто это такой?
Lost the signal. Some things never change.
Нику уже все равно. Путь домой открыт. Букашка. Дочь Ника. Но я с Уолтером переписывался, не с ней, так что...
Muley, you actually came.
It's been a while. You've gotten taller.
Can we talk?
We're talking right now.
It's cold.
So,
You left.
Joan, that's not fair.
You left.
Так. Можно, конечно, извиниться. Давай не будем об этом. Это вот это английское молчание, английские недомолвки вечные, как они в фильмах, у них происходит какой-нибудь трындец, и они все замалчивают, пока не станет совсем плохо. Этот вариант точно нападает. Прости меня, в принципе, вариант, но он ее ничему не научит. Можно попробовать объяснить, но я думаю, что, скорее всего, она как подросток начнет истерить, и объяснения не помогут. Но все равно объяснение — это попытка хотя бы воззвать к разуму и изложить какие-то аргументы.
It was more complicated than just me and you.
It's always more important than me.
Joan, listen. After Anna and I broke up, I couldn't keep living with her. I didn't have anywhere else to stay. So I moved back in with my mom, who's over in Connecticut these days.
You didn't call, text, or anything. You were just gone.
I don't know what to say to that. You're right. I wasn't in a state where I could reach out to anyone. I'm still not. If Nick hadn't died, I never would have come back.
Thanks for being honest. You're always at least honest. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about what happened to Dad. It doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that. It's wrong. I don't buy it.
I'm just in town for the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
She wants her father's death to mean something. But where does that lead?
What if it leads to the truth? That could change everything.
An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation?
A few questions won't hurt anyone. Just tonight. To reassure her. And myself.
This is a wake. If you poke around, people may end up poking back. Okay, whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it. It would be cruel to lead her on.
Friends don't lie to each other.
Even if it means disappointing her again. It's your call.
Это как часть меня. Но если бы мой друг умер, и его дочь сомневалась в том, что с ним произошло, если друг не просто там какой-то чувак знакомый, да, к которому просто меня пригласили на поминки, а реально друг, то я реально бы заморочился, естественно. Тут даже, ни о чем говорить. Подождите, как мне это выбрать-то? Мышки-то не... Д, окей. Значит, Д, пообещать помочь. Enter, что ли?
Okay. I'll see what I can see and all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
You make some good points. It doesn't fit. I hate when things don't fit.
Yeah, me too. I might just be, I don't know, crazy or something, but...
You want to know for sure. I get it.
Thanks, Muley. I should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
I do. See you inside.
А то, что люди будут докапываться, пускай докапываются с вопросами.
Might as well talk to Walter. I'll have to. Whoever said you can judge someone by their car never met Tara. Whoever said you can judge someone by their car never met Tara. Some of the police force stopped by, which means most of the police force stopped by.
Мало у них полицейских, неудивительно, там в таких тихих городишках самое раздолье для маньяков. Хотя, может быть, там маньяки и есть, но это не означает, что именно с ее отцом что-то случилось. Может, и ничего не случилось, кто его знает. Придется потерпеть.
Same old town, same old bar. The more things change.
Да и то, что они будут задавать встречные вопросы, пусть задают, что мне скрывать. Как он с тёлкой расстался.
Yes, the cat food is under the sink. Yes, yes it is, Mother. Trust me. Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs. 2 long years since we last saw each other. You're very late, you know. You completely missed the funeral.
I'm here for Nick's wake, at least.
You have to bring it in for a hug. It's a Baswood back in town requirement. So good to see you, even if I wish the circumstances were different. In times like these, we need the comforting touch of others.
Что-то я не хочу его обнять, но у меня ответ сам мигает, типа этот. Ладно, не будем конфликтовать сразу с порога, но я бы так не стал сам.
Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No, why?
No reason. If you get the chance, we should catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see you inside.
Нельзя доверять тем, кто рад всем. Таким, как он. Хотя фиг его знает.
I'm not ready for this. I haven't read an issue of this paper since I left. I wonder how they've been doing without me.
Можете поставить на паузу и прочесть. Я читаю довольно быстро. А что про него писали-то в газетах? Я дальше не могу, да, перемотать?
Must have been a hard issue to write.
Почему они все подсвечены? А, вот я как раз ее крестный. Он научил всему, что я знаю. Может, и нормальный парень. Искренне верит, что должен работать на благо общества. Но это его мнение про него. Или все, что здесь написано, истина в последней инстанции. Вот что интересно. А, вот на это еще можно щелкнуть.
Here we go.
Mr. Samuel Higgs, big shot investigative reporter.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
I'd gladly slash your tires, but that mean you couldn't leave town. And you are leaving town right after this,
Да
right?
промолчать нахрен он нужен, быдлан.
'Cause if you aren't, well, Nick's memory only goes so far. That's what I thought.
Come on, it ain't worth it. Making friends already, I see.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight. And you always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
Joel started it. I was just standing here.
Well, he started it, and if you push him, he'll finish it. You watch yourself.
Полицейский какой-то из разряда жертвы нападений и сами виноваты в том, что на них напали.
I think it's time I go put up a photo at the memorial board. That's what people do, right? Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
Hey, Sam, why don't you drink to Nick on the other side of the bar?
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
You always did know how to start a ruckus. Can't say I missed that.
It's supposedly the spirit of coal. Doesn't really belong here anymore. That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks after work.
Sammy! Oh, it's been ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham. He burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh? He took over the old pharmacy just after you left.
No.
The infamous Sam. I've read that article you wrote on the mine. You must have put in a lot of legwork on that.
Oh, you read it. What do you think?
Of the writing? Fine. Fine. Of the reporting? Something that needed to be done. Many medicines are a bitter brew, but you still need to take them.
That's nice of you to say.
Don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
But no more than 3,000 milligrams.
I thought it was 4,000.
That's what crooked
Can't believe this
pharmacists
whole
want.
thing's still working.
That amount is damaging in the long term.
Daddy, 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 open your eyes and wake up. The kids and I've been busy, and we got a little something for you that's gonna make you smile all day. Daddy, 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 daddy. But when the lights are out, it's time for me to show you my love. And I've got a feeling you've been pleased. So, daddy, 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 sit yourself down. Now you should know how much
Не люблю я танцев.
Nick and I spent so much money on this machine.
Бары я ненавижу. Бары я не люблю еще больше, чем танцы. Не то, что ненавижу, просто не люблю. И если главный герой аутист, то он тоже не должен любить такие скопления людей и бары. А тут же что-то выделено было, нет?
You'd think a kid at a bar would stand out more.
Everyone here seemed to really like my dad.
Of course they did, Bug.
Everyone's nice in that creepy way. It's weird. Even Anna's weird.
You've seen Anna? How is she? Is she here tonight?
Yeah, she's getting ready.
Getting ready for what?
Well, I don't know. Something? I've been avoiding her. She's kind of like mothering me. A lot. Like, A lot.
Мачеха, что ли?
And my own mom is already too much mom. You know?
А, нет.
Do you ever just watch people?
It's pretty much all I do.
Me too. But I don't always like what I see.
Это нормально. С тобой что-то не так, если тебе все нравятся. Точнее, с мозгом что-то не так.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce, but anyone can see she's taking his death hard. Kathy,
Sam, you actually came.
I know you two haven't been together for a long time, but I'm still sorry.
We hadn't been close in years, but he was my daughter's father. I'll miss him. Joan was really hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town, all right?
Your daughter thinks Nick's crash doesn't make sense.
She's a little girl who lost her father. She's confused right now. Don't you go encouraging her, or worse, putting those thoughts in her head. I frankly thought you knew better.
Do you think she has a point?
I think you should stay away from her.
Ну, она мыслит предсказуемо.
You're a lot like Pac-Man, Sam.
I consume everything in my path?
You find every last bite. The mine closing wasn't your fault. Your investigation just hurried things up. You probably saved some lives, you know.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Muley.
You piece of
Language.
Is that a wedding ring?
I didn't know you were thinking about marriage.
Oh, it's just... it feels like the right thing to do.
Dad, what's the point of getting married?
Well, it's just one of those things people do, Bug. Here, you can play.
Someone has to show you grown-ups. Video games are the realm of the young.
Have you talked to Anna about this?
That's kind of the point. I'll talk to her about it when I show her the ring.
If you say so. Hey, just remember I'm here, right? If you need anything. Anything but my arcade secrets. Those I'll take to the grave.
Его бывшая сказала, что у него не было друзей.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy.
Может быть, он аутист, как и я? Тогда он мне нравится все больше и больше. Два аутиста нашли
This
друг
photo
друга.
always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face. Bug was so small back then.
Он тоже с этим работал или пересекался?
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Bet?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood? Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
А я все думал, в чем у них тут проблема, из-за чего они его попрекают? Они его за статью какую-то затравили. Но вот тот владелец аптеки или чего-то поддержал его. Возможно, он... Я не знаю, что он написал. Допустим, правдоруб, а эти просто ватаны, которые кричат раз 5.
Okay, I'll bite. Tell me, Dennis, who did you have a standing bet with?
Myself. So I guess I also won.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way. Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you've been.
Really good. I'm thinking of going back to school. Go for another master's.
So you don't have a clue what to do with yourself. Anyway, cheers to Nick. A man that, unlike us, people actually liked. Speaking of which...
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, how little you know of the grief and woe in my poor aching heart. 'Tis but I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I wish that you were staying here.
Одни аутисты тут. Но этот какой-то такой гадкий. Тоже какой-то непонятно, мутный или нет.
I didn't know you read
Walter can
Dickens
be
either.
overwhelming at times, but he means well.
Not really. You just quoted him a couple. So I had to throw them all out on their ear, and only then did I realize.
Ah, Samuel, my favorite ex-muckracker. Join us. Join us.
How was the funeral?
Wasn't there. Setting up for this.
Everyone came. Most of the town, it felt like. A sea of sad, wet eyes. I gave the eulogy. Felt hollow. So hollow. He worked for me for years. For years. My best reporter. What do you even say about him?
Remember that article? Something about stoplights? No one cared, but he did. Months of effort.
Yield signs. He approached each story with his pen like a knight wielding a sword.
It's the small things. Like he always kept his window down. Said cars made him claustrophobic. That's how he stays with us. The little details.
I remember the bar bets about that safe spot at Pac-Man. He got me one night.
Yeah, got me once too. Can't believe it's real.
Enough about Nicholas, enough. Tell me, how have you been, Sam? How have you really been?
Подожди, так он был журналистом, этот его друг, или нет? Если журналистом, и его, конечно, могли убить. Расплывчато.
Got a new start and new perspectives. I'm helping my mother with her garden. I've been volunteering.
Terrific to hear, my boy. Terrific to hear.
Well, I think I've taken enough of your gents' time.
Go, mingle, circulate, but you must join us for an actual round later. You must.
Oh, Walter, can I ask you something?
Questions are the fountainhead of knowledge.
Nick's crash. Was there anything suspicious about it?
I asked myself the same thing. The very same thing. It did seem odd. Young Nicholas, a careful man in all things, including driving. I looked into it myself. You know what I found?
What?
A tragic accident with nothing amiss. I am both relieved and saddened to say.
Ah.
Life is rarely like a crime thriller, and while I don't mind you asking, some might find it a distasteful conversation at a man's memorial. Especially from you.
I'll, keep that in mind.
See that you do, my boy. See that you do.
Странно, что это его парит так, если он глава журналистов.
He's owned this bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another employee.
Журналисты уж кто-кто, если он за правду, ему должно быть пофигу, что тут кто будет. Журналист должен, несмотря на это, все прорываться.
So, Sam, how's life been treating you?
Could be better. My best friend just died.
No need to snap at me, Sam. I ain't the enemy here. And your allies are in short supply, so be careful what you say.
Я ничего такого не сказал.
You staying in town long?
Not really. Why? You think I'm gonna disturb the peace or something?
Huh. Wouldn't be your first time. Have a nice evening, Sam. This reminds me of when I lost my pa. Death sure changes how we think of someone.
You'd think a kid at a bar would stand out more. Some people can play this game drunk. Anna was best at 3 beers. Bess always had a soft spot for Nick. I think she liked his work ethic. Pretty courageous of him to try his luck in Басвуд, given the state of things.
А, господи, камеру вращать на кнопку мыши, надо ее только удерживать. Вот это, блин, решение.
Has it really been 2 years since I saw her? She hasn't changed a bit. Anna?
Sam! I've missed you. Why'd it take so long for you to darken my doorstep?
I won't lie, it really hurt coming back. I stopped by Lookout Point on the way here.
Sam, why'd you do that to yourself?
A desire to open old wounds? The old-timers gave me hell when I came in, too.
People around here have short tempers.
And long memories.
but most of them mean well. Sam, the mine was gonna close anyways. Maybe in a year or 2, 5, if the Lord has a sense of humor. It was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster. It wasn't your fault.
I wish everyone else understood that.
People are scared. Mad. You were easy to blame. When my father lost his legs, nobody knew the mine wasn't following regulations. You were the only one who started asking questions. Whenever people talk about you, he always says, you did the right thing.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him. Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven, as he used to put it. You know, Nick and I had moved in together. It started to get serious.
Да ладно.
But I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
Wait, you and Nick started going out? When did this happen?
A few months ago, he never told you? He asked me to let him be the one to say something. You two had been so close.
Видимо, недостаточно
Probably
близко.
tried. I hadn't been answering his calls.
А, не брал трубку.
That's the worst part, right? Anything broken just stays broken now. But this was all nice. The funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes me feel heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm still carrying him.
Nick's death. Do you know if he had any enemies? Working on anything dangerous? Whew. Now this is a real can of worms.
This is a wake.
I know that.
Do you? This isn't the time to be digging and pushing. You always do this. You always... I get it. I just... You're still you, huh? You'll always still be you, Sam. I hope you never change, but I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna go home. I hate that his stuff is all over my house. Then drink and cry all night. You do what you need to do. See you around.
Дурная.
Samuel, come. Have a round with me.
I need a drink or two. Or 3. And then I'll go.
I wonder what he's planning to ruin this time.
I've never known Tara to not take over a conversation.
So tragic what happened to Nick. The details are horrible. They think he didn't die on impact. Instead, he roasted to death. Not enough to damage the bones, but you know, not a pretty sight. Unless you're into that kind of thing, of course. I didn't mean to be rude, Sam.
It's all right, Tara. I don't like the sight of dead, burned people.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want to be rude on a day like this. Poor Sam. Now that Nick is gone, everyone in town hates you. I mean, I don't. Why would I? It's not my job you destroyed. You're not the cause of all my problems. I mean, that's what you did for pretty much all of Басвуд, but not to me. So, I don't hate you.
Thanks for the confidence booster, Tara. I'll see you around.
Mr. Higgs, good to see you. My condolences for your friend. Coming back in town must not have been easy. Officer Stevenson was telling me about your little welcoming committee.
It's all right. Declan saved the day.
We just don't want any troubles here. Not from you, not from anyone.
Don't worry, I won't stay in town long enough for that. One quick thing. Nick's death. Are you sure it was an accident?
Are we sure? What are you trying to say?
Now, Sam, I know you're a bird dog at heart and a bird dog hunts. But listen, Nick's death was an accident. Don't go riling people up.
Не надо раскачивать
You
лодку.
think you've done that enough to the nice folks around here?
I guess so. Enjoy your evening.
Does he really think?
You know Sam, he likes to brawl and poke, chasing shadows.
He's owned this bar for almost a decade
больше
and
слушает,
still
чем
can't afford
говорит.
another employee.
Вот бармен может что-то знать.
It does look tempting.
Это обязательно по квесту, что ли?
So, Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a skunk.
Ah, Samuel. Samuel, join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas. And let me get your next round. Maybe Ethan has a suggestion for a worthy spirit?
Oh, spirits? Oh, no. Friends drink beer.
Yes, I suppose that's fitting. To dear Nicholas.
Yeah, he'd been coming in a lot lately. Sat right there, with a bad dad joke or two.
With friends, I guess? Maybe Anna.
Well, by himself with his laptop as his date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right? Tell me about the man outside the bar.
He had a terrible memory. Couldn't remember names, dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a hoard.
He was always good with Joan, though Kathy did the heavy lifting. Took her to school, fed her, clothed her, and Nick would pick her up. Play dad for a few hours. Mostly she'd just sit in the office drawing. He'd drop her back off with her mom after dinner.
Greater men have done far less by their daughters. The friend of man, the friend of truth. The friend of age, and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed, few hearts with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this.
Burns. That from your eulogy?
You know Robert Burns? And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Well, it's a good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
I'm the one dwelling on these things.
Wakes get sad, very sad. Death and drinking is a heady brew.
Still, I'm showing jealousy for a dead man. Not the best look.
Some would say being honest with yourself is the only way to honor friends. How's the family taking it?
Joan and Kathy seem shaken. Kathy has a lot to deal with, now more than ever. And who can prepare for losing a parent? Not a soul. Not a single soul.
It always seemed so easy for him. Every day he'd show up, smile, no matter what.
Of the qualities in a good man, that one deserves to be at the top.
Not a quality I possess.
This isn't a place for self-pity. This is a place for dour reflection.
Yes, and drinking.
To Nick, he was my friend. He will be missed, but not forgotten.
Hear, hear.
it down. Kathy, what's your underage child doing drinking? You have no control over her? Ethan can lose his
I wasn't
license.
doing anything. Don't touch me.
Joan.
Leave me alone. Ugh, you guys are all so stupid.
You do not talk to people that way.
И чё он ее за шкирку-то?
I'm sorry, everyone. She's just so...
That was quite heavy-handed. I hope the little one doesn't take it to heart.
I'll send her a text. Make sure she's gonna be okay.
What a night! I'd say that went well. Ish. You got to chat with everyone you've been avoiding. Even if Joan got inside your head with her whole dad mystery death thing. Just shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea. You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come back. It's gonna be one of those long nights inside your head, huh? I am so very sorry. You stuck in existence, stuck in my head, just a terrible state you're in. Get your anger and sarcasm out of your system. Better you take it out on me than anyone else. You're back out in the world, feeling emotions, fitting in. That's progress. Fuck the world. Pointless talking and more talking, and no one says what they mean. Go away. Let me enjoy being miserable. Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid. No promises. Stay out.
You have 10 minutes before we charge you for another day.
Okay. What kind of monsters have a checkout at 9? What happened last night? Oh, my head. Pills plus drinking. That was not my best idea. Did I black out or what? I can't think straight. I need some water on my face. Clear it up.
А что же произойдет дальше и насколько ему отшибло память, вы узнаете уже в следующей части прохождения. Не забудьте поставить лайк, подписывайтесь, если не подписаны. Благодарю за внимание. Все в плейлисте по этой игре.